Now, hear us out. The premise is simple. We want to beat Ed at his own game by not only buying the world's cheapest Lamborghini from him,
but ultimately owning it for free. And then giving one of you the opportunity to do so as well. Hi, I'm Matt.
and I'm Damon. Together, we're Matt Damon.
And this isn't even our shop.
No, it's not. We're actually just a couple of regular guys who have been encouraging each other to make poor financial choices for about a decade or so.
Yeah, and over the years, we've had some good times. We've raced cars together. We've gone on road trips together. There was that one time we got shot at a restaurant together.
That was fun.
No, it wasn't. Our cars have broken down together, and we fixed them together. We've done plenty of stupid stuff, and even more fun stuff.
Like accidentally building these matching E36s. So we've been looking for what to do together next, and what better adventure could there be than co-parenting the world's cheapest Lamborghini?
Now, we're no strangers to cars with questionable history. I bought this purple thing back here as a 250,000 mile winter beater with more previous owners than I care to admit.
Yeah, it also had a peeling rattle can paint job,
Yeah.
4 different brand name tires, all of which were bald, and a presumably fake safety,
That was definitely not real.
but it was included in the $2,000 asking price.
That it was.
So I begged Matt not to spend any more money on this car because it was the perfect winter beater as it was.
So naturally, I completely ignored his advice and took the car down to a bare chassis, did a full restoration on it, and added a few goodies along the way. So that's what you see on the lift behind me.
And then, of course, I had to follow suit, and I rescued this M3 from years of neglect. And as it turns out, unbeknownst to me, it had also been wrecked in the US before it was imported to Canada.
Yeah. One time at a car show, somebody walked up to us and asked Damon if his car had problems pulling to the left on the highway.
Which it did. So I asked him how he knew that about my car, and then he just kind of brushed it off and vanished into the distance. So he must know something that I don't, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of their histories, we've built a pair of cars that we're pretty proud of. And more importantly, we made some great memories along the way. And that's where VinWiki, Sway, and the world's cheapest Lamborghini come into play. We would like to make even more memories. And we're going to do that with something we call the Sisterhood of the Traveling Gallardo.
Now, hear us out. The premise is simple. We want to beat Ed at his own game by not only buying the world's cheapest Lamborghini from him,
but ultimately owning it for free. And then giving one of you the opportunity to do so as well.
So I bought a Nissan Altima earlier this year with the intention of just flipping it. And then I thought, why not put it on Turo, just to see how it does? 8 months later, the car completely paid for itself. So we were thinking we might just do the same with an SUV. But surprisingly enough, buying a rear-wheel drive Lamborghini in the middle of winter, stuck in permanent convertible mode, out of country, is actually the more prudent choice when you run all the numbers. Because the initial investment is so low, we can pass on a lot of those savings to the renters, which means keeping the rates affordable so that anybody can enjoy the car. Then, on days where it's not rented out, we'll get to fulfill our dreams and enjoy it a little bit too.
All right, now, this is where it gets interesting for all of you out there. Once we break even on this, our fun is over, and it's time for a new owner to join our sisterhood. We are going to sell it back to one of you, again, as the cheapest Lamborghini in the world. As long as you promise to enjoy the car as we did. Do whatever you want with it, and once you feel you're ready, sell it to the next owner, again, as the cheapest Lamborghini in the world.
Some of us may never afford to be a Lamborghini owner by normal means. And that's why we think it's so important to keep this cheap Lamborghini exactly that. Cheap. So that ordinary people can have a chance at experiencing an extraordinary car by being a part of this pact.
Sisterhood.
Right. Sisterhood.
Now, that's why we're here at 3:45 in the morning filming this video for all of you.
And we're doing it on a broken camera that we had to tape back together, filming all the audio on this cell phone instead of that nice microphone that also happened to break.
And we're doing all of that because I drove 8 hours to get here and it's too late to turn back. And we spent all weekend setting this up, so it is what it is. Really, it's for the people.
Right. It's for the people. And speaking of, there's actually one last thing. The current paint job on that Lamborghini is just not going to do. Conveniently, we have this paint booth right here, but we still need your help choosing the color. Leave a comment down below letting us know what color you think the Lamborghini would look best in. At the end, we'll choose the most commented answer, and we will have the Lamborghini professionally painted in that color.
We appreciate you watching. Hopefully you liked our idea. Thank you to Ed, Vinwiki, and of course Sway for making all of this possible at all.
For any of us, it's an incredible opportunity. We wish everyone luck, and we of course do hope that you vote for the Sisterhood. All you had to do is say thank you.
I thought you were saying cheers.
I thought you were.
That's actually a funny
Can you
outro.
say?
Oh, fuck it. That's good.